Game, welcome to game 2 between RSG and Polaris Esports. Polaris Esports was able to take game 1 in this lower bracket elimination, lower bracket semi-final. The winner of this, I'll repeat again, is guaranteed to make it through to at least the last chance qualifier at TI. The loser walks away with nothing. Walks away with absolutely nothing. So all the marbles are on the line this series, and Polaris, they're up 1-0. RSG, they've got a foot in the grave. And Hoodwink will be the first pick from RSG. Very different first pick from RSG. Going back for the hoodie. Looking at Bushback plus Sharpshooter combo to burst down some heroes. Undying plus Batrider. They say both were left in the pool. Enchanted and Enigma were banned out. You got Marcy and Death Prophet banned out on the other side. Undying and Bat. You got good control, lockdown. You got the team fight with the Undying. I don't think many teams are running this Undying as core, which greatly devastates me. It greatly concerns me that they're not running Undying as core. But RSG now thinking long and hard about the second pick. Now with the Hoodwink, you do have a break with the Sharpshooter, so it's not as good a break as like a Viper Nether Toxin. But it is a break. Pango, an immediate Bloodseeker ban. Not even thinking about it. I think they banned Pango and picked Bloodseeker. Oh, sorry, picked Pango and banned Bloodseeker in pretty much the same server tick then. Wow. They were not mucking around with the Bloodseeker ban. So they want this to be a very good game for the Pango. We'll see if this is a offlane or mid Pango. At the moment, it probably looks like the offlane Pango. Pango against Bat isn't terrible. Because you have the Swashbuckle and the Shield Crash to sort of maneuver yourself away a bit. Second round of bans will be the Faceless Void, this time from RSG. They don't let it get through. They've learnt their lesson. Polaris, get rid of the Quap and the Puck. So really targeting those mid heroes. Yeah, they don't believe this Pango is a mid one. They're looking for what else they could pull out on the side of RSG, and they're just banning all the potential counters to this Bat in the mid lane. Anything can lane well against it. Lena is still in the pool. Lena being one of the better mid laners. So one will ban each in the second phase for both teams. And it's going to the Beastmaster. So it'd be a greedy lineup to go Batrider and Beast. That's a lot of single target lockdown. I'm not sure that the Beastmaster ban was warranted. I think maybe ban something a little more AoE orientated. And at the moment, Polaris aren't showing that they're a timing based push strat. You know, Bat isn't great at pushing. He's more about the picks and then getting value around the map for your carry by making a little more space. So the Beastmaster ban I don't think is particularly valuable. Beastmaster is good, don't get me wrong, but the Hawks and all. Omni Knight ban. Okay, so that shows that Polaris are thinking very physical damage here after the Bat opener. Or I mean, you just want to ban the Bat. I ban the Omni Knight because you can Heavenly Grace the lassoed target. It's a fair enough ban either way.
10 seconds remaining.
There are other heroes that can do that though. You know, you've got Oracles.
5 seconds remaining.
You have Shadow Demons. Vengeful Spirits, as we saw last game. Yeah, they could actually pick Venge against Polaris this game. RSG. That would actually be a really good, and against Bane as well. That's super good. It provides a good hero to cancel those Fiend's grips. I think Venge might just be the pick.
10 seconds remaining.
From RSG here. Good against the Bat.
5 seconds remaining.
Good against Bane. I think it's actually really worth their while picking it up. They do have another support to pick, presumably. One minute left. Eating into the reserve time. I think the Venge, in terms of ores, the Lena is still available, but that was sort of walked over by the Bat Rider last game. So maybe they're thinking Lena isn't the best counter to the Bat, but saying that, Lena still came online afterwards and did more later on in the game.
Radiant team pick. Dire team.
There's the Oracle. So they do take the Oracle. A little more comfortable with that over the Venge and the Leshrac. Okay, so it looks like an Exilern Leshrac mid lane. Pengalier in the off lane. They have their safe laner still to pick. I mean, it's good team fight from RSG with the Void Band out. Oracle to protect Leshrac.
5
Tango
seconds remaining.
with the roll, creating some disruption. Hoodwink with burst and lockdown. I think the RSG draft is a little more favorable this game too, from what we're seeing so far. Polaris are very single target orientated, and you've picked an Oracle, so you can save one and Fate's Edict the other. Effectively saving 2 heroes here with the one. Maybe from a Fiend's Grip and a Lasso. Polaris, they've picked themselves into a bit of a corner here. Their draft just doesn't look very good. Undying, Bat, Bane. What's going to bring this together? I'm not really.
Radiant team back.
Morphling. So they want to have good lanes. This is what Polaris are going for here. Have some good lanes. Bane's good on lane. Undying's good on lane. Bat should be able to win mid lane or at least trade evenly. Morphling, you know, once he gets a few levels in the attribute shift, should be fairly safe as well.
Dire team back.
They want to have good lanes, Polaris, but I'm not seeing how the team fights happen unless they just get really, really clean pickoffs. But there's an Oracle. There's a Pengalier. So clean pickoffs won't happen. It's super hard. Last round of bans, Invoker being taken out from
10
RSG,
seconds remaining.
PL from Polaris. Yeah, fearing
5 seconds
anything that isn't
remaining.
single target. So who else are you banning? Naga? I mean, you have to ban illusion heroes here, right? Because your draft is very much catered towards single targets. There's only really one physical damage dealer here so far, and Pengalier might be able to get the lucky shot off on Morphling and just disarm him as well.
Dire team back.
Viper will be the last ban from RSG. Who are they thinking? Tim? No, they're a safe laner.
Radiant
Is it the
team
Pudge?
pick.
Are they on the safe lane Pudge? Naga's been banned, so it was Naga and PL. In terms of other illusion carries, there's a Terrorblade. There's a Terrorblade, but I think either PL or the Naga were the better choices. With that Viper ban, are
10
they just
seconds remaining.
going to go Pudge? Pudge and Leshrac, just mass damage? It's a Slark. Okay. If he gets the Dark Pact off, he's very good at dispelling all these single target abilities. And does match well against the Morphling if you get those core items online, as we saw earlier tonight in
5
T1
seconds
versus
remaining.
Talon. He's a little bit susceptible early, but I think it's a good Slark game. There's not really a lot of AoE. Yeah, this last pick from Polaris has a lot to do. It's presumably their mid laner, unless it's a mid morph. But oh, sorry, off lane. Sorry, unless it must be their off laner. That must be going mid. It has to be their off laner. They banned out Naga and PL. I think that was more for the rest of the draft. They need something to make a bit of space. Primal Beast is available. Blockwork is available. Timber. Timber is still around. Timber's pretty good against Slark. Good AoE damage. Try and burst through with the Pure before he can start getting the stacks up.
Choose your hero.
Oh, okay. It's a core Undying. Oh, yes. Oh. Take me back to the good times. Yeah, so we have a core on Undying. Force will be playing that in the POS 3 role. Lelouch will have the mid Bat Rider, Natsumi the safe lane Morphling, and Xavius the support Keeper of the Light. And Yao on Bane. MKS will take Slark, Exilern on the Leshrac. Roger will be the support Oracle, X1 offlane Pango, and Zhao Bonbon on the support Hoodwink. Okay, we're gonna see some core Undying in action, and I can't wait to see it. So this is RSG's TI life hanging in the balance. Polaris, they're trying to secure their game 2 with a core Undying, and you know what? Oh. I get a little bit jittery around core Undyings. I think they are very, very good right now. Are they very, very good against this particular lineup though? There's really a lot of strength heroes, but I mean that's okay. You just sap strength from anyone. Can we do these yet or not? No, still giving errors. Right, fair enough.
Prepare for battle.
Okay, so initial smokes coming out to get that ward vision down. Both teams heading forward. Exilern charging out with the obs, wants to get it down first before the smoke dispels. This is the meta right now. It's I want to see some more level 1 fights. Lelouch actually doesn't even have a ward. They'll instead send their ward further around on Xavius. You gonna put it on this high ground? I guess that's an unusual place to put it level 1. Yeah, fair enough. I think it's pretty, and they're gonna block out with the sentry on the ancient camp. So deep wards around the back. They'll put RSG will put their own ward on the mid lane. Force will come across. He's got the decay already ready to go. Look for a first blood here. Zhao Bonbon has the acorn shot. Probably the swashbuckle.
30 seconds to battle.
If anyone can test this rune coming out of the Rosh pit, they might need a +1 coming over. Maybe Exilern with a stun or a lightning. Heading up the high ground, unsupported. They might actually get 3 runes here. RSG, the way they're positioning. So MKS will show bottom to make it look like that's where they're contesting, but all the while Exilern will just grab this one, and three runes go to the side of RSG to start off the match. In the mid lane for RSG will be Exilern on the Leshrac. He'll be laning against Lelouch on the bat. Top lane for RSG, X1 on the Pango, being supported by Zhao Bonbon on this Hoodwink. They want to harass Natsumi, level 1. Yeah, give him some hits, and he will. Natsumi will be the pos 1 for Polaris on that Morphling, being supported by EU on the Bane. Very strong laner. And the bottom lane, MKS on the Slark for RSG, laning with Roger. Up against the Keeper of the Light, played by Xavier, and Force on the Core Undying. Now, Core Undying could be not too good against Slark in lane. With the Essence Shift, he certainly doesn't trade well. And Slark, once he gets a few of those stacked up, he's pretty happy. Just keep fighting. I mean, it's Decay against Essence Shift. They're both stealing each other's stats. Losing 12 strength, stealing 6 agility. So, actually double one there. He's going to run out of mana reasonably soon though. He has a Soul Ring queued up. KS just wants to keep farming as best as possible. Xavius will secure the range creep. And MKS will dodge around. So another 2-man decay. Look at man, he's got 24 strength right now. 92 base damage. It's very hard to get against him, but with the Essence Shift, I just want to... Yeah, you can't do that, MKS. Takes 1 hit from Undying and says, whoa, that's a little too much damage. I will just back up. Mid lane, Exilern, 7-1 to 8-0 of Lelouch, so pretty even there for the time being. In the top, X1 has 7 last hits to the Morphling 6, so all lanes are looking pretty good for the cause. They're getting the farm that they want. Probably the Slark is the one who's suffering the most in this bottom lane against the Undying. You can see the spam just keeps coming out. It'd be good to kill the courier. If they could kill the courier coming through. Oh, there's a Illuminate being charged up. The horse cannon, as I love to call it. Another 2-man decay. It's like he can't miss him. Force on this bottom lane. And they're not going to kill the courier either. It will make it, and that's a Soul Ring. Another double decay. Oh, he's just got the voice lines going. Force, he's loving it. He's like, pick me this core undying every game. Top lane's our Bonbon. Is a couple of mangoes, plenty of regen to work with. So top lane's been a lot quieter than bottom lane for the time being. Brain Sap and Nightfare leveled up. Adaptive Strike with the attribute shift. Middle lane, you might see Lelouch get a kill. He's holding on to a skill point. Exilion's pretty speedy, 370 with the boots. So hard to chase him down. Roger trying to get a bit of a pull off. We'll get it there. So one on the Oracle there, pulling that wave across. Give his Slark some XP under the tower, but I mean, maybe that's not a good thing. Polaris, Force, he's not going to allow it. He's just going to keep going in. Throws out another decay, level 2 now. And with the core undying, you tend to max the decay, get the 55 or 60 decay damage, and you farm that way. And it's a lot of damage on decay. Like when you get level 4 early, what is it, 120 damage plus the 60? It's 180 damage on the decay. It's a 4-second cooldown, 180 AoE. You can clear creep camps pretty easily with it. Roger does actually take the damage. Tombstone is dropped, and with the zombies starting to pile up, there's no way he's getting out of this. Force will just walk underneath the tower. First blood does go to Force on this core undying, and as I said, core undying, it gives me the jitters. I do love to see it. Hoodwink slept up, and the Louch is here. Oh, this Hoodwink was in trouble with the fire coming through. That's a death on the Hood. Roger not there fast enough to save, and Exilion will be pretty safe now, knowing that Flame Break and Firefly have been expended. Pretty low mana on the bat currently. MKS has now been left alone on this bottom lane. With the Oracle TPing, he's only level 3. Can't even get up to lane. Force is level 4. Working on level 5, and now with the Chakra Magic. I mean, how does this guy even come to lane? Just constant harass. It's constant Chakra Magic, constant mana. He's got the Soul Ring. I mean, you just can't stand. Another one. Probably even use the Soul Rip on him here, just for good measure. Yeah, we'll force him back. There needs to be more regen. 2 levels in the Purifying Flames. Not yet anything in the Fates. Oh, they deny the creep. They need one more hit. It's gonna live. Oh, they get it.
Much obliged.
Exilion still staying alive against the bat mid lane. The Slark is still suffering. 14 last hits. Back there. Might be going in with the Tombstone. Force heals himself this time. Has another decay. Lives up. But the damage is there from Roger. And they turned around. Will they get the kill with the Tombstone? Yeah, Xavius chases through, and Force does get the kill. 125 gold goes to Roger. Yoink, I'll take that. The core undying couldn't trade as well as he thought he could against this Slark. Had those essence sticks, essence stacks building up, and now has 1 permanent agility. Louch building into the Boots of Travel. Wants to be active on the map. Apply pressure all around. Once again, Zao Bonbon will come here, but looks like the same thing happened last time. You gotta be careful. Nightmare will run out, and Louch baits out the stun, and now there's the lasso. Zao Bonbon, he's got nothing left to give. Exilion, he's just dying under the effects of the flame. Oh, the Louch, he played Zao Bonbon like a fiddle just then. Saw him set up the stun with the tree and just backed up a moment. And then just walked back up and lassoed. Hey, it's Vodka. Welcome back into the stream. Yeah, Hoodwink's happening, but I'm not sure it's going to be winning. We have a core undying, so you know what I say about core undyings. Force for Polaris. Playing this core undying against the Slark. And with the Chakra Magic from the Keeper of the Light, level 3 Chakra Magic, you can imagine what's happening to this Slark bottom. He is getting bodied a little bit. They're chasing through with EU. Louch looking as well. No lasso. Exilion. Trying to protect his creeps, but can he actually do it? Stun comes through. X1's here, and they will have the damage for the Bane. EU going down. Tombstone dropped again, bottom. And they kill Roger. MKS, he's in the trees. They know where he is. Rolling Thunder trying to come through, but I don't think they can protect MKS. He's just going to die to the Tombstone, maybe. Force, another decay. It's level 3. X1. Tombstone's down. It's got duration still. And there's another. He's got more decays. They're infinite. X1 doesn't get a kill. Doesn't even save his carry. He just uses his Rolling Thunder and for nothing. Forces healing back up. Good to go once again. And Natsumi getting having a whale of time on the top lane. 3,700 net worth against the Slarks, 2,300. 1,500 gold ahead, Natsumi, 8 minutes in. I mean, it's just... He's getting a little bit out of control already. Oh, X1. They'll take that. So we had double decays from the Chakra Magic. 5-second cooldown. Then you got a 6-second cooldown, so it's double. That's the plan in this lane. It's so dirty. It's so dirty, I want to feel like running it myself. Chakra Magic on Core Undying. X1's come bottom. He said, I don't know what all the fuss is about. It's just an Undying, right? Just hit him. Just hit him, and he's like, hang on a second. Is this how this goes? He just keeps decaying me? Top lane. MKS wants to try and get some space somewhere, but Nasumi is 2 levels ahead of him. There's not really a lot of space up here. Rotation coming through. Now Bonbon trying to find Xavius, but he's quick. The old Keeper of the Light. He's a fast old man. Rolling Thunder being queued up. Lelouch can just go over the tree line. Stun does come out. Will there be enough burst? Split Earth on the ground as well. Lelouch, he lives. He's over the tree line. And they don't get the kill. Instead, actually learn forces here with the Flesh Golem. Turns around with the Tombstone. And oh, this Undying. He's mad. He's bad. And there's a lasso as well. And Force gets another kill. Look at the damage. Oh, he's got 150 damage. Amplified up by 25%. Oh. Poor Undying. Support Undying. Eat your heart out. This is where it's at. That Bonbon, he wants some XP. Anyone who comes near this Undying, it's not a place to be. MKS has just hit level 6. He doesn't even have boots. He doesn't even have boots? Surely this is them coming out. There they are. The brown boots are coming. He has the brown boots now. Treads are up. And BKB first on this Undying. No mucking around. He says, I want to extend this power spike. I know I'm strong. Give me the BKB so I can be fearless in these fights. Is there a solar... No solar bind yet. Try and catch someone in this bottom lane. And just farming with the decay. Look how fast he's... Can you get to level 10? 60 damage. It's going to be too much. Exilern working into the Yules. Trying to just scale a little bit. A little bit of survivability. He'd go for the 3 in Lightning Storm and only the 2 in the Edict. So pushing towers is not going to be particularly fast. Wants to have more of a laning impact. But the lane's now over. And the Lightning Storm... It's good. It's decent damage. But... more for clearing camps. A little more farming orientated. Is maybe where they need to fall back to on RSG. They need to farm up, get some items. X1's had a decent lane. He's got the urn working towards the Spirit Vessel. Not too far away on that. Xavius, what's he doing? Already a 4-star. He's just farming off to the side. I mean, Force is farming the wave, and Xavius is just farming the creeps. TP's top lane. And making a rotation on Natsumi. Getting pretty aggressive. But Natsumi has support. He knows he's pretty safe. Level 4 in waveform. Only 11-second cooldown. Long cast range. I think this Keeper of the Light with the level 6 can just protect Natsumi. Can pop the Spirit Form. Get the Blinding Light. Just send them packing with that. 3-man smoke. What are they smoking to? To mid? Have the ult yet on Roger, but the level 3 in the Purifying Flames is decent burst. X1 has the roll, and they're just queuing up on EU. He has a grip. He will use it, and the TPs are coming in. I mean, Pango, you didn't expect this, did you? That is here as well. Get the Nightmare as well. Actually, the Napalm brings it. Wakes him from the sleep, but yeah, Pango, you just rolled through onto you. He's level 7. He just nightmare. He just grips you. What are you gonna do? The draft for RSG not looking good against this core Undying. I mean, my entire perspective on this draft from Polaris changed when I saw it was a core Undying. Once I knew that, then I tend to think that there's no way they can even lose this game. It's so strong, and he's had such a good start. Slark is well below net worth where he should be. In fact, the Coddle is actually catching him. Coddle's like 3k gold behind the Slark. 12 minutes in, 13 minutes in. MKS will look for the Diffusal Blade. That is the item he needs to try and fight against this Morphling. Cut Morphlings. Mana away, so can't waveform. Can't morph. Level 4 now in the Diabolic Edict, so for the fights. And the tower push. Glyph is used to slow it down, but look who's here. Xavius has the Illuminate. We'll just slow down the push, drag the creeps away, and... What's that? You popped your Diabolic Edict and did 100 damage to the tower. Just can't do anything. Forces even come in, but Xavius is coming, mate. It's defended. There's no one here. There's smoke. On top. Want the Louch. No lasso. Back comes Fortune's End. They get the follow-up. Split Herb. MKS, he wants to try and get the damage through with the Shadow Dance, but he has to run away, and they have to all run because there's a big scary Undying here. He tops the Tombstone down. There's the False Promise onto Exilern. I don't know if he's going to be leading out. No, there's the Nightmare, and it's very, very bad for the side of RSG. MKS hides in the trees with his Falcon Blade and his treads, and Force, the big Golem. He says, oh, MKS is here. Hold up. Let me give him a piece of my mind. And he just keeps going. Bottom lane actually still happen. Batrider dies mid. Exilern and Zao Bonbon get the job done, but Exilern. Sorry? They get a combined kill? I'm confused how that happened. In the mid lane when an Exilern died top? Oh yeah, that's a weird one. That one stumped me, how Exilern gets credit for that kill. He died top like 30 seconds ago, and he's getting assist gold on a kill that happens on the mid lane 30 seconds later. Alright, fair enough. I believe you. Bounty's being grabbed up. Very valuable to get those, and with the plus 60 decay damage, look, he didn't even take stacks on Force. This is how strong this decay damage is. Look at the creeps, they just die. He has the BKB. MKS, nowhere near this Diffusal just yet. Roger, still only level 6. Excellent, they want to take this top tower. They need to get some space on the top side of this map so that MKS can farm. This is why he's here right now. But look, Xavius, he's just going to defend. Blinding Light kills the creep wave. It will be Fortune's Ends up, and Exilern wants to dive in, but we'll just force the rotations. You can't push into this Coddle. He's pos 4. He's got level 3 Illuminate, and look who's arrived. It's the Undying. Give him some chakra. Give him some love. Oh, you know it's coming. Chakra's there. Look at it. Oh, it's beautiful. Top him up. Give him a little sip of that magic. And all the while, Natsumi is farming all over the map. Falcon Blade, Dragon Lance, Morbid Mask, 2,000 gold in the bank. He's just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Wood does spot him out. Wonder if there'd be any stun lockdown, but he's got 3900 HP. It's pretty hard. And no Spirit Vessel charges either. They need to charge on Spirit Vessel, honestly. They want to kill this Morphling before the Manta comes out. Because once that Manta's there, this Spirit Vessel that has had no impact so far will just be useless. If the Manta's up, of course. And they're looking for another movement in the mid lane. Force is just hitting the tower. He doesn't care at all. He's got phase boots. Got 160 damage. Not in ulti form. It just goes down. Halberd will be next. I even thought he might go for the Aghanim Scepter since he's going to have the Chakra Magic. You know, double decays. Just get all that strength steal. Picky against the Slark, who's not particularly tanky lad. You know, the heroes here, Hoodwink, Leshrac, they're not tanky. You start stacking up some decays on them, and they will just die at bottom lane. That Bonbon and X1 trying to make a movement, but it's already being covered by EU. He's here on the Bane. The level 4 in Nightmare and the Fiend's gripped. I do miss the stun. There's Nightmare onto Pango, but Polaris, in fact, they just turned it around. They will take the sleep off so they can get away, and there's a Fiend's grip committed, and it's a dead Hoodwink back on the top side. Force is in. He's a big boy. He's got the tombstones already down. Decays, more of them. He wants to keep fighting. There goes the lasso. BKBs are being popped. There is a roll coming through. Not having any effect at the moment. Exilone just living for a little bit longer, but not enough. And Force live. Full staff away. He needs some help. He needs some more decays. It's not enough. The Undying will go down for the trade of 2 on the side of RSG.
I like how this one feels.
Bottom lane. Can they catch Natsumi? He's already away. MKS. He's going to turn around and Natsumi says, MKS almost kills him. Has no shadow dance. Natsumi says, I've got a lot more farm than you, bro. Just bottom of the net worth for the cause. Only 1,000 gold, 1,200 gold ahead of my my support. Middle lane, they're going in again. Loud just non-stop on Exilone, and the kill will be there. Flame Break just to make sure. 14-4, 8k net worth lead on Polaris, and they are starting to run over RSG all over the map. That was with Undying in the grave as well. He's got the Sange working towards the Halberd. I'm not even sure what the Halberd's for at this point. I mean, I guess the Slark, but I don't think he's dying to Slark. If Slark comes anywhere near this Undying, he's not coming out alive. He will just be turning into one of those skellies coming out of the tombstone next time it's cast, because he's got 1300 HP. Very, very burstable. Has completed the Diffusal Blade, so Mana Burn is online. Davius has the 4-staff working towards the Glimmer. Actually, only 420 gold away. This Coddle, support Coddle, is just starting to farm like a core Coddle now. Louch helping Natsumi clear up the stack. One of the things that did happen before, though, I sort of called out mid-fight a while ago, but I'll just take the moment to talk about it now. Sticky Napalm, now that it actually applies damage on cast, does wake someone up from a Nightmare. So, of course, previously you could stack up the Sticky Napalm on a Nightmare target and not actually, not wake them. But now, with the change to that damage on application, which is just, frankly, a little bit broken, the Nightmare will be cancelled. So, just something to keep in mind, a little interaction between the Bane and the Batrider this game. Hopefully won't have too much of a detrimental effect to their team fight when they're trying to put something together for the side of Polaris, but it might just be a bit of saving grace for RSG, being 9k gold now down in this situation. Rolling Thunder is being committed. They see Force, the BKB comes out, Tombstone is popped, and he's just walking through. He wants to find the Oracle. He's going on to him. Flame Break, catches, and yeah, this Oracle is very dead. Very, very dead. He did use all of Undying's abilities, but into the Roach Pit that goes. That DD. Yes, Natsumi. He's found the DD, has the Morbid Mask, so he's healing up nicely with that damage coming out. And with the amplification from Undying, might even grab himself a shard soon, actually. I think after the Heaven's Halberd, grab himself a shard. Get that Flesh Golem zombie spawn. Top line. Top lane. Hoodwink has the boomerang. Hunter's boomerang, the shard. No decoy yet, but he's on the chase. Actually, with the BKB, the lasso, they catch out. Exilone will save himself with the Yules for the time being, but Natsumi's here. Oh, he's still got the DD for a moment. You can't contest this Morphling. And Hoodwink running away fruitlessly. There's little chance he makes it out of this, and Yao finishes him off with the Brain Sap. Saps his little life away. A Yao take the brains, and Undying takes the bones. RSG, all they're going to be left with is with a little bit of flesh. And flesh with no brains or bone is just falls in a wet heap on the ground.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Albert is actually complete. X1 has a couple of Spirit Vessel charges now, so there is possibility to bring down the Morphling, but it's come too late. Morphling has the Aegis now with so many items, working towards an SMY now. The stat efficiency is there. Excellent shows on lane. I think he's in trouble. They cut him off. They will just farm the wave. I think a high ground ward here could be beneficial. Keep this pressure up around the triangle so they can't just nip back through those trees. How do RSG though bring this back? They're 11k down. Down Rosh for the Aegis. They sort of just need more and more farm on Slark, but Slark is their highest farmed, and he's the bottom of like the cause. You know, Slark's had a terrible game, so if Slark's had a terrible game, Pango's even lower than him, and Leshrack's even lower than that. How do they make any sort of team fight? They want to work towards a Bloodstone, but even Bloodstone, it's not going to make enough difference here. Force, he knows you're here. The vision, it's been popped down. They see the Hoodwink, and with the back bushwhack stolen from Natsumi, turns into the Hoodwink and stuns him up against the trees. There's your habitat has become your worst nightmare. This is where he wants to be, Hoodwink, among the trees. EP's coming out. Bane is there with a trying to get a catch, but Lelouch is on top. He's got the damage. Trying to get over onto MKS. Will escape. Lane break. Pushing him further away. What actually happening out in the middle? Leshrack going down to Force and Natsumi again. They're still on the retreat. Lelouch stacking up the napalm. He might find a juicy little oracle. I think in fact he will. Won't even have to use the lasso, I doubt. And while this is happening, the fight is still being chased over on the side. Force is on the hunt. Has Tombstone, has ultimate. Everything's ready. Nightmare plus Fiend's Grip. Actually didn't take the level 2 ulti. This is a mana efficiency thing, 300. Let's lower the cooldown by 10. I guess the other spells are just a lot more value to get. The Enfeeble's really good as well, so. Natsumi now has no fear. The next item surely is coming out. Aghanim Scepter on Slark is trying to keep the farm levels going, but the Ags, he's a lot more mobile now, but with that Aghanim Scepter, you can jump in a lot further, which means you can go in a little deeper as well. Which is never a good thing against an Undying. Look how quickly he's farming. Now he's going for the Aghanim Scepter. Oh, we're going to see it on Force. The Chakra Magic Aghanims. We're going to see double decays. Might even see a decay cooldown, actually. Lasso will be saved from the false promise, but there's the Tombstone. It's down the middle of the fight. They're looking for a catch. Force, the BKB will run out reasonably quickly. But how much damage is going to be done by the time that happens? Oracle's down. Split Earth does come out onto Force, but Natsumi's there with the cleanup onto Leshrack. He just can't live. Was that a Bloodstone? It was. It didn't really do anything.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Natsumi, I think the tower now is under huge threat on this mid lane. Force is just is an absolute monster. Boomerang, or the Bushwhack rather, does miss. I think he takes the -2 second decay cooldown if he's going for the Aghanim Scepter. Trying to catch. Does find the catch actually on the Morphling. Turns into the Slark. Polaris, remember, the Aegis does just expire, but he is fine under the cover of BKB. There is no ultimate on the Undying at the moment, or Tombstone, so he's just, there it is, Tombstone does actually come back up. They can't fight into this now. RSG, once that Tombstone is dropped, X1 does go down. The chase is on. Solarbind catches our Bonbon. Lelouch is there with the follow-up damage, but it's just not enough. RSG, they're now 24-4, 16k net worth. You know, the mental toll that is now being exuded on this team. How do they come back from this? And in goes Natsumi. If he had a morph, I think Slark's probably just dead there. And he's going for the Aghanim Scepter. Wants to have the Aghanim Scepter pounce as well when he morphs over. But this is the Aghanim Scepter we're excited about. 500 gold away on the Polaris Force Undying Core. The Chakra Magic. I even get the level 20 decay cooldown. Oh, it's juicy. It's too juicy. More teams, they should be picking this Core Undying. It is very, very strong. Excellent. Desperately trying to work towards a Blink Dagger and a Shard. Hey. I mean, BKB is probably not going to do a lot. The physical damage coming through from Morphling is just way too much at this point. And the Undying, I mean, he slaps. Once Undying gets those decay stacks up with the amp damage coming out, Force isn't mucking around. He's dealing a lot of damage. Pretty quick as well. Stun does catch onto the Louch, but the BKB comes out and will follow with the lasso saved immediately from the Oracle. False promise, but Force is in the middle of the fight, and Exilern, oh, you're in trouble. You've got a big boy on top, and he isn't stopping for the time being. He's slowing you down. The zombies are on you. There, Bloodstone trying to assist, but it won't be enough. Natsumi pops the BKB. Exilern goes down. There is a grip going off on the top side. Brainsap will eventually get the kill back to the bottom near the base, and Schlark's in, trying to get the damage over on Natsumi, but you gotta remember, there's still Force here. You can't fight against this Undying. The decays are too much with the Aghanim Scepter being freshly delivered in that fight. 56 strength stolen. Schlark's down to 1500 HP with 16 strength gone. I mean, here's a pro tip. If you don't have any strength, you have no life. Exilern just farming up and keeping eyes on MKS for the moment. There surely have to be some BKBs come out on the side of RSG. No BKB on the Shrek, no BKB yet on the Schlark. Pango working towards a Lincoln Sphere. Wants to be able to stop that grip. He's just getting gripped so many times in the fight, he can't even get the roll off. I mean, this is a pretty good counter. It's just like Grimstroke. Grimstroke and Grip, very good counters to the roll. So, items. EU has the Force. Glimmer, I think, probably is coming out if we check it. Actually, no, it's the Ogre Steel Totem plus some more sentries. Glimmer won't be far away. Has 1,000 gold in the bank at the moment. Force, thinking about Blink Dagger. Although, what's his item? He's just hasted it out. Is this Titan Slitter? It's got a Titan Sliver. I mean, this guy's the real carry in this game. Morphling, yeah, you've got the gold, but from the high ground behind. X1 does get caught by the lasso with Natsumi there as well. Oh, he just blows up. That was a Pangolier once upon a time. 1500 HP. Disappeared with Natsumi anywhere in the area. Waveforms through for the final attacks. The talent, level 20 talent, and fresh power spike showing it off, and the smoke comes out. They have the grip once again. Mid lane, they may be baiting, showing Force, but all the while on the top side, they've got a two-man hit squad. Natsumi and Yao. Davis moving through, does pop the ulti. They've gone in on this Force. I don't think you can kill him. You can't kill him. Natsumi's in with the BKB. Buyback comes out from the Oracle. The Louch trying to chase through onto the Schlark, but he will jump away to the side. Exilern, it's not looking good for you. You're slowed down. You're dead. MKS, he's come back in the middle of the fight. Rolling Thunder. X1 will connect through Glimmer Cape on Yao. Does have a grip if he can get it off. There it is on the Pango. The grip's there. The physical damage from Natsumi. Pango dies in the grip. Buyback from Leshrac. And we're going to dive to the side. The Hoodwink. And they just can't offer enough. 27k lead. Roshan is available. They've just, I mean, they haven't even needed it at this point. There is a shard there. Force, give him the shard. Give him the upgrade. I mean, I guess you give it to Morphling, right? But still, I want to see this Undying get as big as he can be. Live his best life. Glimmer Cape on Bane. Are there any items on RSG that might turn this around? Oracle's got nothing coming out. Exilern still nowhere near the Blink Dagger. MKS trying desperately to get this Lincoln Sphere, but he's just picked up the ulti orb and he's flat broke. Oh no. Oh no, Roche did go down, but they've caught MKS. They're setting up. There's a lasso. They're waiting for the Morphling to come in, and oh, Schlark. He's been played on this bottom lane. Ex-Bonbon is just ulting waves at this point to try and keep him out. Gem on Xavius. Looking to control the map. And with the Aegis on Morphling, do you take the shard as well? And where'd they give the shard to? They gave it to the Undying. They did give him the shard. Here we go. Zombies on spawn. Cooldown on the Flesh Golem. They know who the real carry is here, Polaris. They're feeling it. No way you give the shard to the Morphling when you got this Undying here. He's not going to farm as fast as the Morphling. Pangolier. The X1, the only hero on their side we didn't check. And he's looking towards the Lincolns as well. This is a long-term play. Lincolns are not going to provide any real damage in these fights. They're just trying to survive a little bit longer from the grips and the lassos. But what is a Lincoln's going to do against a Morphling or against this Undying? It's literally going to do nothing. So you're investing all this time and gold into an item that's trying to counter up the Bane, the Pos 5, and this Bat Lasso, and you're doing nothing to deal with the Morphling or the Undying. MKS is not yet level 18. Does get the 40 Shadow Dance regen. The talent at 15. Just nothing quite seems enough. 23, 19, and 19k. Actually, they get the Blink Lasso. Oh, immediate save from Oracle. Blink with the false promise. He'll probably be in trouble himself, but, I mean, Force, he doesn't care. He wants to get up the high ground. Push him up. He's keen. Tombstone has been dropped, but doesn't look like anyone does die in this situation. But I think the push is coming with the Aegis and the Flesh Golem popped. They're coming up. Double stun. They might be able to get something off here. MKS is in, but there's the Nightmare save and the BKB from Natsumi. He's right onto the back line. Oracle's dead. No more saves from you. There's no buyback. Disarm over on Morphling. Natsumi does just have to try and deal with it. But look at all the Ks coming out of him. He's got 48 straight stolen. The Split Earth still can't even do enough. The ultimate will end on Force. Natsumi into the backline will transform into the Slark and jump his way out. 56 decay with this Ags. It's close to level 20 as well. I want to see it. I know the right talent, the Tombstone on Death, is the correct one to take. This is the correct talent to take. However, he's not dying. Just take the decay cooldown. Make it a 2-second cooldown on this decay. You got the Aghanim Scepter. You got a Coddle sitting behind you. I think you just go YOLO on it. And how much strength can you get up? Maybe over 100 bonus strength. The Louch come top lane. They have the ulties. They know they're here. They've scanned it. MKS. There's no Oracle to save you right now. He jumps onto the lane. There is a Dark Pack. Jumps immediately out, but Bat is on the chase. Gets the lasso. Roll comes through, but the BKB is there. Liao will be cancelled up with the Fiend's grip, but the rest of the team's here. Xavius, they're coming through. They're trying to cut him off. Natsumi, he's in Slark form. He does have some leaps. Goes back in after MKS, actually. He just dies. He can't do anything. Just dies so quickly. No BKB. Can't do enough. And, you know, I feel like after one of these little engagements, GG might just be called sooner or later. But this is their life in TI. They want to do as much as they can, but I mean, Natsumi is just killing your Morphling under the effect of the Rolling Thunder. False Promise does come out, but might be enough. He's going to die to the damage at post, I think. There's a Tombstone on the deck in the background. Force is here. Pango does end up falling, has a buyback. On the high ground is Bat chasing through Zao Bonbon. The BKB is popped on the Louch, and this Hoodwink. There's no saving you here. The Adaptive Strike punches through with the damage and onto the high ground. There are the Split Earth trying to hold them back. Stun will be there. Agi morphing. That's always a bit of a concern when you are stunned up, but he's got so much health. He can always go full Agi and not be concerned at all. He took the Tombstone on Death. He wants to win this game. It is the better talent on Force, but certainly the one that feels better is the -2 second cooldown when you have that Aghanim Scepter. Bottom row, Arax is just fooling Natsumi. Jumping in. Can't attack. He's disarmed. MK is trying to get some stats off. He can't deal enough damage. Force is in the middle of the fight. He's just going to drop the tombstone. This is my base now. MKS is disarmed. Can't hit the tombstone. They will eventually get it. The Rolling Thunder coming out. BKB. But Force, he's huge. Look at the size of this Undying. Out comes the lasso. Oracle. No more saves coming from you. No buyback either. Natsumi in the middle of the fight. There is the Split Earth on the ground. The stuns will be catching, but Natsumi with the BKB will finish off the racks. Buyback coming out from Slark. They want to try and take a fight. They want to kill Force. Little they know he's got Tombstone on death. If they kill this boy, it just unleashes a new reign of hell. And BKB, but runs out of mana for lasso. Pressure is there. Pumping the mana regen back up. The Rax does fall, but the resources that RSG have to use to hold. I mean, the buyback on Slark, that's the final nail in the coffin almost. Look at it now. He's 13k net worth. 40k net worth. It's a K a minute at the moment. 38 minutes in, 39k ahead. The XP is the same as well. Gaben says it's 100% for a long time as well. For the last 8 minutes or so, there's been no change in that. Stun does come through. Yeah, but, I mean, jumps in front of the sharpshooter. Xavier takes the hit from Natsumi, says, I don't think you're going to die, but I'll take the bullet for you. I'll take the bullet for you, Natsumi. Smoke is coming out. This feels like a desperate play here. They know they're not stronger. They're 40k behind. They don't have the levels. They don't have the farm. They don't even have their Lincoln Spheres they've been working on for the past, 10 minutes. Roger does plant the vision down. Can they get something done? Rolling Thunder coming through with the leash. Do they have the damage? Split Earth follow, but the Nightmare save. He's going to get the BKB off. Natsumi turns around, and Polaris is going to start bashing him down. Force is there. Fit the BKB. Tombstone on the deck. They can't get out. It's going to be doing too much. The lasso over onto the Oracle does die as well. They have 2 buybacks on these heroes if they want to come back in, but X1, he's getting chased down by Force as well. The last right click comes through. Double kill for this Undying. Working on a Force. Actually, they do get a kill on the bat eventually. MKS is trying to take a long fight. It's out Bonbon. TP's away, but there it is. The Force blink. Doesn't quite slow him down enough. Doesn't catch the leap away. But that's all for that. Is for 1 death on the bat and 3 on the side of RSG. They don't even trade. He's still in the fight, actually, trying to get onto Natsumi. Trying to continue the fight. He has the stacks up, but it's only 29. It's not enough. Yeah, they got a kill on the side of RSG. It was a 25% increase in the number of kills they had this game. Just that one kill on the bat. Roger just preemptively casting the Fortune's Ends, trying to dispel off anything that might catch MKS. But he doesn't have enough. He's level 20. Catches out Force, but have you caught out Force, or has Force caught out you? That's the real question. You leap in on this Undying. Who's caught who here? I really don't think it's the Slark catching the Undying. Force says, I welcome you. Come across. I welcome you into this high ground. Join me. Catching. Actually, Bane on the backlines. Nightmare to save himself. Tombstone is down again. It's getting the work out there. They haven't hit it. The Tombstone zombies are building up. Oh, Exi does get the false promise. Will continue the damage. Buyback out from the Bane. But Force, he's cleaning house once again in the middle of the fight. MKS is trying to get the work done with the Shadow Dance, but I mean, you can't get through him. And Feeble will get it off. Actually, dispelling off the lasso, but he's dead for 100. The whole team's out. It's a team wipe. Did they even get a kill? Just the Bane. They killed the Bane. That's it. GG. Polaris are advancing through to the lower bracket final. RSG, they go home with nothing. They don't get to go to last chance qualifiers. All of their hard work is for nothing. And they go home, twiddle their thumbs, and wait for the next tournament. Well done to Polaris Esports, who will be fighting against now T1 in the lower bracket final tomorrow.